She's lying.
It's the weekend. It's Mailbag. I'm joined this week by Ian and Warren and Paul. Thankfully, he made it after a terrible day at work by the sound of it. But he's here, which is great. On this week's show, we've got best kits, best crisps, best and worst games, Everton being crap, squad numbers, buffets, pies, Christmas decorations, and loads more. But to kick off, gents, I am going to go with Liam's question, which is, what's your favourite kit ever that wasn't an Everton one? Pick one club and one country. For him, it's the Bohemians Bob Marley shirt and the Danish 1986 Things of Beauty. Don't know the Bohemians one, but the Danish one, fully on board with that. I'll go first on this if that's all right. So I've got mine.
Crack on.
It's the Venezia 23-24 top. I still love it, despite the fact that Jay said I look like I should be working in a curry house when I wear it. I think it's that gold collar does look a little bit
looks good. Looks good, suit you.
And I think my international one's probably going to be Argentina 86.
Oh,
I don't think.
Yeah.
Even though Argentina had similar Adidas kits in 78 and 82, I'm going to say the Lecoq one from 86 was just incredible.
Yeah, it was. Do you know the thing about the Argentina kits as well is iconic as the blue and white stripe is. I love the navy blue one, like
lovely,
the
that
away one. Oh, it's a thing of beauty with that badge, and and it's love it. They've always had very good iconic kits then.
And weirdly, the light blue and white striped one that used to be Stockport County's home kit until the Falklands War, and then they changed to blue. Pretty sure that's a fact. I'll come back to you on that though, but it was definitely Stockport kit. I think that's why they changed that. Paul, go ahead, give us yours.
I don't know about a club one, but definitely my country one is 88 Holland.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, shout.
Lovely that.
Do you know that Adidas template was called the Ipswich template?
Oh, really?
Yeah, there you go.
What is that after what? They won the UEFA Cup in, was it 82 or something?
No, well, the thing it said the other week, didn't I? One of the greatest Adidas templates was the V-neck and the three stripes down the sleeve. That was called the Everton template.
Oh, right.
So they must have been naming all these kits, those templates, after English teams for some reason. Don't know why, but yeah, there you go. Absolutely useless fact for you there. There's probably pushed something decent that you might need out of your head, but there you go.
Sorry, I was going to say the Cameroon sleeveless one as well. Was it 2002? I think it was.
Got banned, didn't they? FIFA didn't allow that, did they?
Exactly, yeah. That's why it's even better.
Can you remember how big the badge was on the Italian 90 Cameroon shirt?
Oh God. Do you know, yeah, it was like a Christmas card, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's
an bigger than the shirt.
Was?
The shirt was basically the crest. Just one massive crest.
Well, there is a team like that, isn't it? Is it the something Pumas, a South American team? Pumas, basically their home kit has just got a big Pumas head on the front.
Oh wow!
Not like a real photographic one, but like a designed Pumas head. I'll find it now. Ian, go ahead, give us yours.
For my club kit, I'm going for Barcelona 1986-87, the Lineker shirt.
Nice.
Without having the sponsor on as well, really nice.
Was that a neighbour kit or?
That was, I think, it was yes.
I think it was. Wasn't it?
It was, 100%. Yeah, I love that shirt. Absolutely. Obviously, I've told you before when I did All New Borough Blue, I love Gary Lineker and that shirt. It's one thing I wish I'd gotten as a kid. That shirt. You'd probably be able to get it now on football websites and stuff like that.
If you've got to spare a few grand, you'll probably get one off Classic Kits.
Definitely, definitely. And me international shirt, I've got two. It's the Mexico 86 England shirt. And I think it was around 1990 they brought a shirt out, like a blue one with like black squiggles on it. They brought one with the lions on after that.
Yeah, I remember that one.
This was about, I think it was just after Italian 90, or it might have been Italian 90. But I used to like buying England shirts back in the day, like.
Yeah, I think it was the same as the home one, wasn't it? But like blue and had that like zigzag design.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I went a bit mad. I bought two England shirts around the 2004-2006 time, and I got Beattie 8 on the back of it, and I got Johnson 8 on the back as well.
So you're
That's
the
how mad it
reason
was.
for the Everton striker case, Ian.
Yeah.
I went on you're on Sky Sports, and I spoke to Peter Beagrie and who else was it? Steve Claridge. And when we played Blackburn, we won 1-0 and Beatty scored. It was when we had to use like 3 goalkeepers or 2 goalkeepers. I got on and says, I think James Beatty deserved a chance for England, and they both agreed with us. Like, so.
Speaking of Everton strikers case, we will be coming on to that later. So get your thoughts together for that. Warren, what are yours?
Do you know what? I had my answer in place, and do you know what? Sometimes we get a question on Mailbag, and I really want to spend time and effort researching and going through, because with Ian saying Barcelona there, my mind immediately went to the Kappa 90s Barcelona kit.
Yeah.
The away kit was sublime. It was like
one.
a teal turquoise green.
Yeah.
And when original Ronaldo was there and he wore it, and Romario during that period in the mid 90s.
Yeah.
Stoichkov, unreal. So I wasn't even considering that. That wasn't my answer. But when you said Barcelona, that was where my mind immediately went on. I would have loved to have sat for a good hour researching the best kits. But the one that immediately sprung to mind for me was when I was a kid and we didn't have Sky, and you love football, and all you want to do is watch football. And it wasn't as saturated football as it is now. The only free-to-air or terrestrial TV football you could get was Football Italia on Channel 4 back in the 90s, and just hearing them opening bars of that intro music,
quality,
even to this day now, gets me like, it gets the chemicals in my body rising. So the kit I always used to love, that was a funny phrase I used there, but we'll move on from that.
At least you said chemicals. At least you said chemicals.
Yeah. The kit I used to love was the Sampdoria kit. The early 90s, mid-90s Sampdoria kit, and I bought one. I think it was the late 2000s, like maybe 2009-10 kit I bought, and it had no collar, but just had a buttoned up top, and I still wear it now. It's incredible. So I always loved the Sampdoria kits down the years, the old sponsor, and when Vialli and Hullett and David Platt were there and all that.
Would that have been A6? Early 90s?
I think it might have been, I did just Google it, and I've gone off it now, so I might have to Google back to check, but it might have been, Sampdoria.
Not also when Vialli had hair?
Yeah, I think maybe.
He was a fella who definitely looked better bald.
Yeah. It was A6. Yeah, when Mancini and Vialli up front for them. What a partnership that was, but
I tell you what, a shout out as well to the Juventus shirt, the 86-87 one. I think it had Ariston on the front, and it had the obviously and the white collars. That was a nice shirt as well.
Obviously, the one the season after was shit because Ian Rush wore it, but the one in 85-86 was lovely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I think do you know what? I think maybe we should do a show on football kits. Let's just
I agree.
Let's just get a load of us in, and we'll
set aside about 4 or 5 hours.
Just talking. I could do it for hours anyway. That could be like a Mailbag Christmas special or something, couldn't it? That.
Do you know what we could do? A Mailbag Royal Rumble just on football kit.
Football kits, agreed. I mean, one country one, by the way. It was so hard to pick between the Italy kit in '94 and that early '90s Italy kit, but for me, USA '94 was my first World Cup. I can vaguely remember, but the first one I sat and watched every game religiously and loved me football was France '98. And some of the kits in France '98 were incredible, but that Brazil kit was just iconic. Absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to go for Brazil as my country.
It is. Vialli
in '98.
Yeah.
Lovely shirt.
Yeah, so that was the Nike one, wasn't it? In '98. And that was the year they did the airport video, I think, wasn't it?
And if that had been a thing today, that would have been like a viral thing, wouldn't it? But back then, that was that was unique. And the Nike ball, it was just a plain round with the Nike tick in the middle, and everyone was doing all the dribbling and all the skills and
breaking their ankles
and everything. Yeah.
Could you imagine if Everton did an airport video?
Oh my God,
parody of it. But it was great, wasn't it, when the trying to score at the end, and the joke was the post, really good.
If Everton were doing it, they would have like scrambled a plane very quickly so they could get them off.
Yeah, it would have
Everton aren't in Europe, so they'll never do an airport one.
Just quickly then on Italy, because this is something that's really freaking me out. So you talked about the Italy 94 kit, which is incredible. What does everyone make of these Adidas Italy kits? I can't get my head around them. I think the crap doesn't work, does it?
Wrong.
Nah.
It's like Germany being Nike kits, if that ever happens.
Which
Germany's
it will be.
Synonymous.
It's going to be next season. This is
Is
the
it?
last
Is
Germany
it actually?
These World Cup kits now are the last Germany ones, and it's incredible, by the way. The new Germany top, it's unreal. But yeah, I think they're going to Nike, which is going to be weird. And yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, Nike, Italy, and Adidas. And Liam made a good point. We were speaking to him about kits the other day, and he reckons it might be the same for Everton. If we ever got an Adidas kit, it just might not sit right. It might not work.
See, yeah, I used to be desperate for Adidas for Everton, but do you know what? I don't know if you noticed. You might not have seen it, Ian. Obviously, you were there the other night.
Yeah.
Did you see the Sunderland training tops they walked out to by Hummel?
Yes. Very nice.
With the old school, what are these called? Like them
ties.
On the ties, the old school
things.
ties on it. Oh, do you know what? I was watching it with a mate from work, and we both looked at each other and went, "How nice is their training top?" And it just made me long for Hummel again.
Do you know what? Right, I know Everton have got a relatively good deal from Castor, but I think they've lost shitloads on kit sales because
100%.
The Umbro gear that's come out recently and the Hummel gear that's come out recently, they would have cleaned up. Everyone would have bought all of it, especially if we'd have got something decent for that last season at Goodison. Then they probably missed the trick there.
Correct.
Right, we'll cull the kit chat there because we've done 10 minutes on that. Not long enough for me, but not everyone wants to listen to middle-aged fellas and you, Warren, talking about football kits. Right, next up, hot topic. I thought of this one basically because it's Thierry Barry. I was gutted when he got taken off on Monday because I just thought it was just really bad man management. He'd missed that chance and his head had gone at that point. It was obviously affecting him. But Paddy mentioned this on the byline and was like, it didn't look to what we could see that anyone went up to him and consoled him after that miss. It looked like everyone was just like, fuck's sake.
Very good point. Yeah.
And it didn't look like anyone had been to sort of say, come on, get your head together, get your head up, let's go again. And it really did affect him. And I think for Moyes to give him 10 minutes, you kind of wonder what's gone on at half time. What's he said at half time? And then not dragged them off, but subbed them after 10 minutes. So I'm really quite desperate for him to make it at Everton. Now, I was the same with Oumar Niasse when he was getting mistreated by Ronald Koeman. I just wanted him to make it, just to like shove it right up Koeman, and eventually he did, and he outlasted him. But the question is, Warren, will come to you first. Which player do you wish had really made it at? And I've left the hashtag in there, hashtag Everton.
It's a tough one. I remember having high hopes for Hallam Hope because he was linked with United, wasn't he? Or we got him from United. And we've had a few young players down the years. I think we've come with a bit of fanfare, but the one I'm going to go for is, and he kind of did make it at Everton, and for 6 months he was the best player in the world, but it just went off on a massive cliff. And Jelavic for them 6 months, he was better than Suarez, by the way.
Yes, he
was.
I don't care what anyone says. He went through that patch where he scored, and he went a bit quiet, and he did a bit of a Dominic, a bit of a DCL, and went loads of games without scoring. And then he got one, I think it might have been against Spurs, and he scored for the first time in 12 games or something like that. And I was just desperate for him to get back to the way he was, because for that half a season, it was like, oh my God, we signed this elite striker. And yeah, a shame the way it ended for him, really. But I think we'll always have that Man City goal. That Man City goal that just fucking hit it one.
Yeah.
That for me is one of the best Goodison moments I had, or that I can remember, because the ground, it went mad when that went in. It went absolutely mad. So yeah, it was. I would have loved him to have had a sustained 4 or 5 year period of being a really good striker. But there we go.
And he only needed one touch as well, didn't he? How many finishes?
Yeah, I'd have him now. I'd have a peak Jelavic now in the team.
Yeah, QPR is that game, or one of them.
He missed. He had 2. Did he score 2 and then took a pen to get a hat trick into the next and missed it?
Yeah. That was against Oldham was that Oldham in the cup? We beat them 5-0.
QPR.
QPR, yeah. Paul,
you might think this is weird, but I always had a soft spot for Bernard because I always wanted, like, I don't know. I used to watch him at Shakhtar and he was boss. I don't know if it's because he was just a midget. I don't know.
We went down to West Ham when I think he scored 2 that day. I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, this fella's great. And it just, yeah, I'm with you. Really wanted to make, because he was just a dead tidy player, wasn't he? Like, really
proper nice guy, I suppose. The he'll always have that moment where he scored the 9th in the game against Tottenham when and he does the coffee.
That still never happened, by the way.
I know, yeah.
Absolutely.
The most ridiculous game I've ever seen. It's like the new Football Manager where, like, I've started the season all right. Did you see? And Tarkovsky got Player of the Month, and I was like, oh, I'm going to sell him straight away because he really annoys me. Oh, where's the cat? And then I've signed like these like wonder kids, and they're absolutely ridiculous. I still got beat 2-1 at the Upside Down, of course, and Bradley never got booked, and he made about 4 fouls. And I'm not even making this up. It's
realistic. That's ridiculous.
It's very realistic, yeah. But Garner got booked, and I had to sub him because he was close to getting like a second yellow. And then I hit the post in it. Oh, the team at the post in the last minute. But yeah, Bernard was just one of those players. I thought he was like one of those, like, I was always like defending him and thinking he's gonna come good because he can, obviously not just because he's Brazilian, but he was like, I don't know, he should have been Zola and he wasn't. He was Zola Bud.
Ian?
Well, mine's going to be a strike as well, and I'm going to go for Andy Johnson.
Yeah, good
really,
shout.
Really had high hopes. Really had high hopes from when he came. I mean, I think it was 8 million we got him for, and
8.75.
He hit the ground running with his own goal, which was obviously given to him, and took about 9 deflections before it went in. But it was a strike. We needed a striker like that anyway. A bit of pace, somebody round the box, and somebody like we probably need like today. But I don't know whether it was a case of with Kubu coming in, getting moved to the wing, or just.
I think one thing that ruined him was Arsene Wenger, wasn't it? When he said about his diving for penalties, and we never got penalties to the Newcastle game, and Warnock as well. Yeah,
really.
I think them doing that, I think that really affected his game, because he wasn't the same after that, and we never got a penalty after that.
We signed Yakubu as well, didn't we? And it didn't quite work them playing together. And I think Yak was just that little bit more clinical in front of goal.
Yeah,
I'm sure Moyes took a video to the FA with showing all the fouls that happened, and because Mourinho, I think we didn't get we got a penalty against Chelsea, and he went down, and Moyes was at the sideline saying, "Come and have a look at the monitor. It's a penalty sort of thing."
That was ridiculous.
Another thing about Andy Johnson as well, I heard somewhere that he was homesick and wanted to go back to London. Whether that's true or not,
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that.
Oh God.
He was one of the ones we did actually all right business one, because didn't we sell him for like nearly 13 million? So we actually
we got some good money from We did all right with that.
Why do we always seem to get homesick players?
Oh no, yeah, seems like one again now, doesn't he? After the Chelsea stuff early in his career. I'm not saying it is, but it's a bit coincidence. And maybe I'm just like not stereotyping, but believing. Do
you know what the thing with Diblin? I thought that was a risk at the time, in so much as he felt the same when he was at Chelsea.
Yeah,
that he was a little bit homesick. So it's like he's not an outgoing lad, and that's one of the problems, isn't it? Not only have we signed young players who Moyes clearly doesn't give a fuck about, we signed young players who aren't like massive extroverts or like big characters. We signed young players who seem quite introverted and a little bit, shy, and it's like it's not ideal, that is it?
Not at all.
Paul, were you going to say something about Andy Johnson?
The very, very first. So when I first went freelance, the very first job I had was to interview, and you'll love this, Bob Dowie, Ian Dowie's brother at Crystal Palace, who was either like he was like he's like the head of youth or whatever he was, and it was basically on the signing for Everton. And because it was dead quick, my dad thought, oh, I'm going to help him. You know what I mean? And he come up and he was trying to do like quick notes and stuff and everything, just like he wanted to be involved. And I was like, oh, that's just boss. And he didn't realise I was recording the whole thing.
Was Bobby Dowie the better looking brother?
Yeah, that's Les said. Yeah, absolutely. But I don't.
Dowie sounds
It was
like
over the phone. Yeah. But, yeah. Proper nice guy, Andy Johnson as well. Proper nice guy.
Yeah. We've got loads of answers for this. So Chris said the answer is Varney, which is a hell of a shout.
Yeah.
Stu, right, here's a name to conjure with. George Green. Everything coming out of the academy said he was for the Rooney, wasn't to be for a variety of reasons. Completely.
Did he end up coming to Oldham?
I think he did, yeah. He did a really weird little video of himself, didn't he, wearing a fur coat or something?
I don't know
as well. Yeah.
We paid big money for him. We paid big money for him as well for like, I think it was like something like 500 grand, which I know in football terms now is not massive, but I think no, we I don't know where we got him from, but we paid a lot of money for him.
Yeah, I remember we did. Yeah,
Bradford City.
I don't know where he was.
Oh yeah, Bradford
wasn't it? Yeah. Was Bradford's? Yeah.
Tangled Up in Blue said Danny Cadamartri, James Vaughan, or Tom Davis. Oh my heart! All looked like it'd be legendary, but was especially gutted for Davis. Me too. He could have been our greatest right back ever. Phil, Tommy D, a real victim of the way the club was for about 8 years. My little flaxen head toppy tyro. Oh my God, couldn't put it better himself. Liam D, Michael Branch and Danny Cadamartri had such high hopes for both. Was Michael Branch ruined by that Derby appearance where he just got thrown in, the Branch Derby? Feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think it
just off the face of the earth, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I getting this wrong? But he was like, oh God, I can't even remember. This how bad my memory is. So it's around Jeffers' time, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So, and then Rooney. So he sort of, because if you think of the sort of the chronology of that, Barlow could have been an absolute.
Should have been.
Yeah, I know. And this is the thing.
Barlow still is.
Yeah, I know. But the
in my alternate timeline, he's broken Dixie's record, I'm telling you.
Oh, definitely. He did on Chat Manager. 21 for pace, and the maximum was 20. But 1 for finishing. Do you know what? And Dave will tell you this. Once, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, I can't remember. He's in his 50s now, Barlow. Easy. He's probably, I think he's late 50s. He's 48, right, when I played in a charity match. And I came on, second half. And I put 2 of the best corners in I've ever taken in my life, right? And he headed them both over the bar. And he apologised to me, right? And then, also, he repaid the favour by beating about 4 men, left-hand side, got to the byline, pulled it right across, and I couldn't get there, just like Gaza, Euro 96 against Germany. Yeah. And he apologised to me then and said I hit it too hard. And I went, no, because I'm shit.
So he was a sound fella.
I'll take Ken Barlow at the minute.
God,
yeah, well, tell you what. Yeah, but just don't let him go inside the penalty box. He'll be fine.
Liam also gets stick from his red mates for saying DCL was superior. Danny Cadamartri, was superior to Michael Owen. But that one Derby game,
so we had a run of strikers coming through then, didn't we? Branch, well, if we count Barlow in that as well. Barlow, Branch, Cadamartri, Jeffers, Rooney.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad, was it?
Ed said Sandro Ramirez. We would have looked like absolute geniuses had that paid off. My God.
I thought that was going to be bargain of the century, that Ramirez. I thought we'd really got hold of someone, and it just wasn't, was it?
Had he given us that season he had at Malaga, we'd have been sound. Liam Good Times had an irrational like for John Joe Kenny. Same, to be honest. Stephen said, while he went on to have a decent career, I would have loved James Vaughan to have been as good as his potential when he burst onto the scene. Yeah, James Vaughan was great. He was dead aggressive. He was a really good finisher, but his injuries were just insane.
Yeah.
Like the one at Bolton where he cut his foot open was just crazy.
That look on his face, that was just
horrible.
And remember when Besic made his debut against Porto? and he won the ball in like the left back position. I was sitting in the park end, and then sort of ran across the corner of the left side of the box, played like a 60-yard ball to whoever was on the right wing then, and I was like, hang on, who's this? Never again. Never happens again. I was like, I don't understand how that happens. You know, like Irabunum, like first couple of games, I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, we've got a player here. And then nothing. I
think Irabunum's going to be a great last 20, 25 minutes player, if nothing else. I think he's good in that role coming on.
What was everybody's thoughts on John Oster?
Oh my God.
John Oster. I thought he was going to be great as well.
John Hills.
John Hills, my God.
There's a blast from the past. Joe Royal from Blackpool, I think we got him, didn't we?
Yeah, John Hills, bloody hell. Rob, forever Everton gear. Very good gear as well. Get on it. There might be a collaboration coming next year. So Tom Davis, 26, with a blue heart. Special mention for Brandon Galloway, who seemed to go from nailed on left back to disappeared from football. To which Peter asked, isn't he still toiling for Plymouth Argyle? He is. 80 games and 2 goals since 2021. Yeah. So he's still kind of a part-time professional footballer. Gary, wish Luckman made it. Pace 2 times he came on at the capital of Cairns. He had them on all over the place. We still lost, obviously. Just miss us having pace. But then he said, no, sorry, Tony Grant. He should have been a baller for us. Long career, trophies, the lot. Yeah, Grant and all.
Here's another one
If you listen,
who had an absolute belter at Anfield and then seemed to disappear. Andre Gomez.
Well, funny you should say that, because Warbrick 89 said, in recent years, Andre Gomez, composed, decent feet, good vision, all traits we lacked for a long time. Could have pulled us out of some situations if he stayed fit and had the right coaching. John said Billy Kenny. What a shout.
Oh, well.
That was slightly before me, but everyone I've ever heard talk about that just say what a player that lad would have been.
Didn't he get man of the match in the Peter Beasley derby?
Yeah. He did, yeah. That was his first. Was that his debut as well?
Yeah, I think it was,
I think it might have been, yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, to get like man of the match in that game when Peter Beasley played and scored. So,
yeah.
Oh, great, thank you. Beer fairy ride.
Mint.
Look at that.
No, sorry. His debut was against Coventry that year, October 92. Yeah. But I thought it was.
And, just a quick one. Can you remember a fullback called John O'Connor?
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
He came in under Joe Royal, and I remember him doing I think he made his debut at Old Trafford, and I don't know whether he got injured or just wasn't picked up.
He played in that 97 season, Kendall, I'm sure, the Coventry season. I'm sure he had a few games then.
Are you not thinking of John O'Kane?
Yeah, John O'Kane got him from Man United.
I thought he was in the Man United. I thought John O'Connor was in the 1-to-1 kit.
Early 90s, wasn't he?
I thought John O'Connor wore the 1-to-1 kit.
No, that you are thinking of O'Kane. John O'Connor was like FA Cup, Joe Royal youngster coming through.
And oh no, Dave on Patreon. I've got this wrong. He said something else. I'll come back to that. But Dave on Patreon asked. Oh, here we go. Everton's best and worst games under Marco Silva. What a question to ask leading up to the Fulham game.
Yeah, nice and
for me, there's only one game, but I will come to you, Warren, on yours.
Silva was the 4-0 against Man United, wasn't he? At home.
That's the game.
That's the one you take mine as well.
That is the game.
Yeah, sorry. But do you know what? Well, look, I've spoiled it because I think that's everyone's answer. But wasn't that a run though of about 4 or 5 games at home where we beat like Arsenal, we beat Man United. I think we might have beat Chelsea as well.
Yeah.
We beat like some really good sides, and
we had a really good ending to that season.
We did, and we all had high hopes, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then I think Millwall sealed his fate, didn't it? And he was so unlucky because wasn't that the first year VAR was brought in, but it wasn't available at that Millwall game, and it was never a penalty, was it?
Disgrace. Never.
Yeah.
And this for me,
it came up on the screen, didn't it? And their manager was like kill
turn it off.
Handball.
And
Neil
this for me is the whole reason why VAR, technology in football is a shambles, because how can you have a competition that holds any integrity whereby you don't have the same rules in the same competition? It blows me. That's a discussion for another day. But anyway, I know there's been worse games that he managed, and I think there's one in particular that one of you will probably mention. But the Millwall game, with just it was just like, how much more can this fella take? And we aged them, didn't we? You know that thing about Everton managers age about 10 years. I mean, we turned Martinez bald and grey, and we made Silva look like an arm man. So I think them two.
Well, this is the thing. I think Marco Silva is the only guy who's got as good a head of hair as Ian, because that guy is never going to go bald. Even survived Everton. Yours is coming back, mate. It's looking good.
It's coming back.
That Millwall game was miserable. Me and my dad went down, and it was went on the official coach from the club, and it was literally drive in to the back of the ground, go in, watch the game, get out, drive back. It was awful, absolutely dreadful. We'll never do that again. I'll go on the train next time and risk whatever comes our way. Paul.
Best game, 4-0 at home to Man United.
Yeah.
Worst game, 6-2 at home to Tottenham.
Oh, was that in there?
Yeah, same season.
Yeah, that was a shocker, yeah.
And Kane scoring like tap-ins, weren't we? Like we were 2-0 down after.
He was playing centre back then and running to Pickford.
Oh my god!
And then that was like the third goal, I think, wasn't it?
Was it Gert Zuma?
Yeah, it might have been actually. Oh yeah, that was grim. That was bad. Ian?
Well, I've got the same answer as Warren and Paul for the 4-0 win and his miserable defeat at Anfield.
They were my two. Yeah, that was.
They are the two, aren't they? They are the two.
I remember watching that game on the telly, and it honestly, for a bit, felt like every time they attacked, they were going to score.
Yeah.
It was like, this could be like 9-10-0, because it was just... Yeah. I mean, we got 2 goals back, I don't know, but yeah, that felt like it could have been a lot.
Another great finish by Michael Keane.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. That one goes under the radar a bit, actually, yeah. But
it does, definitely.
Sorry, Dave's answer to the last question, by the way, was player who wished had really made it at Everton. I know he was successful at Everton, but as a super sub, really, and that was Kevin Richardson. He was the linchpin of the Arsenal side that won the league in '89, went on to win the League Cup with Villa. Also narrowly missed out on the league with Villa as well. A very underrated player, and if he stayed, he could have been a natural success for Reed. That's a great shout. He was an incredible player. Kevin Richardson.
Very good shout.
Another thing about that United game as well, he had that horrible faded pink shirt on, didn't he? Horrible.
Yeah.
I just remember the United fan in the crowd, and he's just like, he's shaking his head and like hands on his head, and it was like become a bit of a meme. But that was, for me, I've always said this about United. Look, without a shadow of a doubt, I want to beat Liverpool every single time, and I'm that bitter that I'd rather Liverpool lose than us win. There you go, I've said it. It's out there. But for me, growing up, United were the team. And I think anytime we get a win against United, it's special for me, because they were just the best when I was a kid. And even though they've suffered a little bit lately as a club, even now, if we beat United, to me, that's a massive result. And we haven't done it nowhere near enough.
Definitely not.
Paul, cat name?
Tilly.
Lovely. If you listen on Patreon, we're 33 minutes in. Go on to, my God, we've got loads of questions left. Go on to YouTube and check out Tilly. She's lovely. Yeah, they were my 2 games as well. On that Man United kit as well, this needs to stop, and I'll go to Everton wearing black. That's Sunderland, by the way. I hate this wearing your away kit when you don't have to. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, agreed. 100%.
Down with that kind of thing. And Chris has asked, how much do you hate Everton when Everton are crap? Mailbag aside. Thanks, mate. I avoid pretty much all Everton content for the whole week. It is last, isn't it? Especially when we sort of build ourselves up to like, do you know what? I think this might be all right. For it to just sort of like come crashing down and being a bit shit. It's like, Warren, I'll come to you because we've had to talk through sort of the Sunderland game a little bit, and leading up. I've talked about that game way too much this week, and leading up to the Fulham game. It does get you down, doesn't it?
Do you know what? I think I heard yourselves talking about how we jump from one extreme to the other as fans. When we win, we're the best in the world. When we lose, we're getting relegated. But I think there's real sympathy for me for us for that, because we care so much and we love our team so much that you do really feel the despair, and you do really feel the like you're so. I've always said this about Everton and our fans. and I think this has a lot to do with the fact that I'm down south and a lot of people here support the team because they're good. So, for instance, there's a lot of Arsenal fans around here, for argument's sake, Spurs, the lot. And when they win, they're happy, but it doesn't affect them like it affects us. When they lose, oh, we're all right, we've lost. And I always remember Paul Merson saying once that when he went to Middlesbrough, he said, when you go football fans in the north, to them it's the life. When you go football fans in the south, it's like going to the theatre. You know, if you see a good show, you're great, you're happy. But if you see a bad one, you're a bit dismayed by it. But that's it. He said it is people's lives up north. And I've told this story before, but I got so down during the years when we almost got relegated. I got really down and it was really affecting me. And I kept trying to tell myself, it's football. Like, there's more important things. And there is. Look, of course there is. There's more important things in life than football. But I remember, I told this story. When Southampton beat us under Lampard at home, I think we lost 2-1. And we really needed to win that game. And it was looking dire at the time, looking really dire. And James Ward-Prowse scored the free kick. And one of the kids in school, during one of the lessons I was teaching, had the temerity to shout James Ward-Prowse at me. And I absolutely flipped at him. I absolutely flipped. Well, do you know what? I came away and I thought, this isn't healthy. This you can't take it out on a kid just because he said a football player's name at you. Like, if that got back to the parents and the parent complained, I would have got called in. Like, what's going on? But it does. It really affects us as fans, and I think more than most fans, it really does. So it does really get to me when we're bad, and I love it when we win. And I just crave now. I'm a bit tired of constantly being disappointed. I just craving like a little bit of success now and a little bit of consistency and a little bit of something just to send us happy, because it makes all the difference. Life's much better when Everton win.
Definitely.
And it's frustrating. And Monday night again, I've got to the point now, though, I have to say, I've got to the point, and maybe you fellas a little bit older than me are probably the same. I've got to the point now when we missed that chance, Barry missed that chance, I knew it was going to be a draw. And it's like, I've seen this film, I've seen this movie 100 times before, 1,000,000 times before. And I want that to change so much. I want Everton to be something different where they go, we're not used to seeing that. And it's unfortunately, we're just in this sort of forever sort of landscape, or whatever you want to call it, of being like that. And I long for the day when that changes. I really do.
We are just very predictable in that regard, aren't we? Just on that one note. On the one hand, that kid was a little shite for doing that. On the other hand, it's nice that he felt comfortable enough to do that with you. Do you know what I mean? He was being a little shit, but he felt comfortable enough to like, say sound. I'll give him a bit of shit here.
Well, do you know what? There's a lad in our school. He's a really nice kid, actually, and he's a Bournemouth. He's actually someone from Bournemouth who supports Bournemouth, which I respect. And he said to me, he comes up to me on Tuesday, just gone, and he went, What was the result last night, against Sunderland? I full well knew what the result was, but and I thought I liked that. But at the time when this kid said James Ward-Prowse to me, I was in that much of a spiral of despair, thinking Everton are going down. People are going to lose their jobs at the club. How am I going to cope watching us in the Championship? How am I going to cope with everyone giving me stick? I was in that much of a mindset that I just flipped. And I thought to myself, that's wrong. That you can't let it affect you that much. That's wrong. But it does. It affects all of us.
Is he still on detention?
He's still He's still not in my good books. No, he was a good lad, actually. The lad who said it, but shouldn't do that.
Paul, it's weird, isn't it? We like to think it doesn't affect us that much, and we like to think it's not a personality trait, but it's a massive part of our personality, isn't it? It's like just the whole like Warren said, when Everton win, your weekend's way better than if they lose. It's a weird thing, isn't it? Paul, sorry.
No, it's fine. People might think like, oh, I'm not a proper Everton fan anymore, but it doesn't affect me anyway as much, because that, as what I'm saying there, those like sort of 3 or 4 seasons, it just diluted my love for, or and we all know it's not our priority, but at the same time, it's I don't know. I can't even like sort of bring myself to think about those times because it really did get me down as well. And then I was thinking, why? Why do I care so much about strangers who don't care about me? And I don't mean in that way. It's not like but you know, it was as if like I felt like I was in a period in my life where I thought, what are my priorities? I'm still going to go the game, and that was the thing, is that I felt like it doesn't matter. I'd resign myself to not winning anything in my lifetime, genuinely, and it feels like quite a negative thing. But I am. A lot of people think I'm negative. I'm just a realist. So I think I don't want hope. I want actuality. So I'm thinking now that there's a bit of a new wave of, with the new ground and everything. And of course, we're always going to miss Goodison because that can't be replaced. But this is just a new home. Just like when you move house, really. It's no difference if you've been somewhere like say, for example, my mum and dad have lived at their house for 35 years. They're not going to ever move now. So the fact that if, when the inevitable day comes where I won't be going to that house anymore, because obviously they won't be there, I'll probably be in my 50s and 60s or whatever. If they, well, hopefully older than that, but you know what I mean? If Everton haven't won anything by then, I'm going to buy that house and knock it down.
That's the thing. We don't realise, but we are dangerously close to our 50s here, mate.
What do you mean dangerously close? I was 46 last Friday, wasn't I? So, but I'm just that quick, Warren, with just what you saying. You want to feel like there is a bit of hope, and I don't want, we don't want to be like sort of thinking despair every time there's a bad result, and then thinking we're closer to the abyss. The last time I can genuinely, as soon as you said that, the last time I can genuinely feel that there was a lot of hope, and I didn't like this manager in the end. But when De La Feu scored away at Arsenal under Martinez, I was honest to God, right? That game, it made me think there is a turning point here. It really is. And I remember being in a pub in Garston, right by Tom's, and I remember shouting in the pub, "Never mind winning the league, getting in the Champions League. We're going to win the league." And the pub just went, like that. And I was like, wow. I thought it was just a stupid shout. And I think the positivity from just that was like, hang on, we're going to a ground where the last time I think we won at that, before the Richarlison one was 1996, wasn't it? Graham Stewart, was it? Yeah.
And Chelsea's,
Chelsea, sorry. Yeah. And then, you think, that's ridiculous. And then when Moyes comes back, I look at Moyes' record away at the so-called Big Four or whatever, and he doesn't seem to win at any of those grounds. Man City doesn't count because,
he weren't there.
Absolutely not. And then Tottenham, we had 3, but I don't know where the next one's coming from. I am hopeful again.
Ian, you missed the hope.
What is? I still feel like I'm the luckiest man in the world having a season ticket. All I wanted to do was watch Everton play when I was a kid.
Same.
Just living up in the northeast in Durham, where I'm from. Just just to get to Goodison Park and then getting there. I think I've only missed 3 games in the last 3 seasons at home. So, but it affected us badly under Lampard. I remember. I think I went to see the doctor. I couldn't sleep. I had blood pressure. I was getting up in the middle of the night thinking,
it's weird how it affects you, doesn't it?
What side you're going to play? And I thought, I'm not going to let it happen, but I just couldn't help it. It was just horrible.
Do you know, I know I've talked a lot on this question, and I just want to come back to one thing that you said, Paul, about how your feelings are being maybe a little bit suppressed and diluted, I think was the phrase you used. And I think for me, there was a large point when I felt a little bit like that. Like I'm done. I can't take this misery all the time because it's affecting me too much. Do you know one of the most special things that got me thinking differently about that was that end of season under Lampard when the fans dragged us out of it and how special it was. And I know people say we shouldn't be celebrating the win against Crystal Palace to keep us up, but the way the fans come together, for me, that was Newcastle got relegated years ago because their fans didn't drag them out. Other clubs have got relegated because their fans couldn't be bothered to Leeds, another club, who get talked about as about being this mega sized club. They got relegated. Everton didn't allow it to happen. And then I was only listening to the first 2 parts of the latest Good Times podcast where they took the 10-point deduction season. And do you know, when I was listening to the lads talk about that whole process when we got deducted points, I'm sitting there and I can feel the stress in me. And I'm going, oh my God, what the hell have we gone through these last few years? You know? And the way us, and I'll never forget, and I've gone on about this a lot, I've never seen County Road shut down the way it did that Bournemouth game when we stayed up, because everyone was like, I'm going out to support. And do you know, when Everton really needs it, the fans step up, and that is such a special thing to have, that even in our darkest times, I hold on to that and I go, and you just said it there, Ian, it's whatever goes on, it's still a privilege to watch Everton, and it's great to watch Everton play football. And whatever happens, we've always got that. And that, for me, as much as I want to see us win trophies and be successful, that's a special thing that our football club's got. And I've sounded a bit cheesy and whatever here, but that to me is what it's all about.
That's Uno reverse on that question. We'll move on.
No, I was just going to very quickly say, it wasn't celebration, it was relief.
Yeah, it was, but it was still special.
It's only the detractors from across the park and elsewhere who suddenly dislike us, who say, oh, look at the celebrate, it's like a cup final. Well, when you're in that position, and if you're not, because you know, you've been lucky not to be, you know,
they're losing, the Reds losing 4 games in a row. They're losing the Reds over that. They could never be Blues. They'd be awful at being Evertonians.
Exactly.
They've sold a player to a rival club in Real Madrid, apparently. But go figure that one out. Stephen asked, which Premier League team could you walk past in the street and not recognise? Maybe all of them, because I don't know anyone until they play for Everton. Pretty sure he wouldn't recognise one Burnley player, to which Chris said he wouldn't recognise any of that Sunderland squad, but Burnley, probably Kyle Walker, Ashley Barnes, Push, and Broja, who is at Burnley. Completely forgot about that. Ian, what team would you walk past and think I don't recognise any one of those players?
Quite a few of them, because like you say, I just watch Everton. I watch a few games in the house now and again, but probably, like you say, Burnley. No, another one as well. Villa. I don't really take much notice of Villa. Back in the day when they had, you know, Dean Saunders and people like that, and Dwight York and things like that. But now it's just somebody, just Villa in it.
When they were managed by Dr. Joseph Venglos in the early
Dr. Joseph Venglos,
a man who sounds like he did terrible things in concentration camps, but clearly.
Well, I was going to say that. He was the doctor in Marathon Man, wasn't he? Taking out Dutton Hoffman's teeth.
Paul, what team you walking past without batting an eyelid?
I'm so sad that I probably recognise most of them, but this because Tom reminds me about things, and he'll go, "Oh my God, doesn't this fella look like, I don't know, you know, who is the I'm trying to think now. No, I should know this, but there's loads of Wolves players that I don't know. They just seem to have like snuck in. Oh, I've got to be very careful of how I word this. But on a boat. But what I mean is, I don't mean it like that. I just mean that like they seem to have signed loads of players, and I'm thinking, I don't know who these are. I didn't even know that they played. It's like, I'm trying to think. Go on, sorry.
Which must really freak out a football manager nerd, because you're thinking, where do these regens come from?
Well, yeah, that's what it's exactly like that. Like, you know, we were talking about football manager, like sort of best players the other week when I was on. There was one called Mad Tim, who played for Man United. And
Mad Tim, yeah, I remember him.
And he was like, and the most expensive player on that game was like 37.5 mil, and he was that when he was like 19. I was like, who is he? It's absolutely ridiculous.
I thought you said he was called Mad Tim.
Yeah, well, he might as well have been, yeah.
Good old kicking people, come on.
Yeah.
I don't know if you follow football cliches on Twitter.
Yeah.
I think it's a good little account. And I remember he did the fake Bournemouth player names World Cup or something, where he just made up a load of Bournemouth names, and he said these could definitely play for Bournemouth, like Clint Sorensen or whatever it was. But anyway, Fulham this weekend. I've just had do you know what, Les? We didn't get on to talk about it on Weekly, but in preparation, I was going to ask you about the Fulham team, so I thought I better Google some of their players. I know Smith Rowe, and I know obviously Iwobi, but other than that, I'm looking at them going, I've got no idea who these fellas are. I wouldn't know them if they walked past me in the street. Fulham have always been a very much walk past me in the street and not recognised club, haven't they? So I'll go for them.
Especially with Thomas Radzinski.
That's a hell of a shout.
No, it is. It's because we don't collect football stickers anymore. Back in the day,
that's true.
Definitely. Right, do you know what? I think I'm just gonna go because time is getting on. I'm gonna go with a one-word answer to John's question.
Yeah.
No context, just a one-word answer. Will we ever sign a striker that will be a success? Ian?
Yes.
Warren?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
I'm gonna say no. Toffee Nose. Tangled Up in Blues. Which Everton? So these questions from Tangled Up in Blues and Stu, I think we've had them in previous weeks, but we'll quickly rip through them anyway. Which Everton player, past or present, would be the best traitor?
Michael Keane.
A couple of weeks back. Michael Keane.
Paul? I don't think Keane would.
Oh, I think Tarkovsky would, because he's good at impersonating the footballer at the moment.
There we go. Warren?
Kevin Morales, because he's got that look about him.
Oh my God.
You hate him.
It's Neil Maupay is obviously the right answer. Neil Maupay.
Yeah, but that's too obvious, isn't it? It's got to be someone who like.
I'm just thinking Michael Keane with him being that quiet and do something sly. You know what I mean? Like
Neil Maupay, you're voting him out on the table straight away.
On the train,
let him in.
Yeah, on the train. Yeah. and then Stu asked, following the successful international game of egg ball last week at the HD, which other sport would you like to see played at the new place? I think Ed. So Warren, you went on this one. I don't think. I think Ed said baseball, which I'm guessing is yours.
Yeah, 100%. I think those of you who would have know all your history about Goodison. Goodison was the only stadium until a couple of years ago when the Olympic Stadium hosted a regular season baseball game. Goodison was the only stadium to host in 1924 the New York Giants versus the Chicago White Sox, and I was desperate for them to bring some sort of nod back to that. I'd love baseball, but you know what? With all the NFL going on at the minute, I think it'd be great to have. I'm actually going next year to Wembley to a college game. I'm going to see Kansas State against Arizona State next year. I think a college game at the Hill Dick would be incredible. If they could ever get that going, that would be amazing. I did enjoy the rugby last week, I have to say. Thought it was very good. Thought the stadium looked brilliant on it. Thought it really did look like not just a football stadium, it looked like a venue, which was really good.
And everyone who went seemed to buzz off it as well. Like even like all the rugby fans that went were like, this is an incredible gaff, this.
Yeah.
Paul, you're going to say NFL? Colts
Obviously,
in particular?
Well, the Colts in particular, because the architect designed both the Colts stadium, Lucas Oil Stadium, and Bramley Moore. And that's obvious. I would love that to happen because I'm a Colts fan, but also because they're going to win the Super Bowl this year.
What about like just do like one of those mix-up they do in boxing and wrestling and stuff, where you just have Everton v the Colts, just like the Colts play football or Everton play NFL.
Well, don't you remember the cross-code game of rugby league and rugby union in like was it the early 2000s or something like that? And it was an absolute like disaster.
Well, league used to always batter them, didn't he? But I think it's the other way around now, isn't it?
No, I mean league won. So Wigan, I think it was, played the league game and battered. I don't know who it was, like Sale Sharks, maybe I want to say. Yeah, and then the other. Like in the rugby union, it was like 70-0 the other way around. Because did they give them like probably 6 weeks to learn the codes? It's so different.
League players were fitter back then, weren't they? But I think because it's more professional now, union, I think they've caught up.
Union, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Ian, what are you going with?
It's going to come sooner or later. A boxing. boxing match, just for the atmosphere in the new stadium. I know it's not going to be Tony Bellew, who's about 15 hours, something like that, but just to see it full and all the lights and stuff like that. I mean, it looks great before the kick-off now. And the local Evertonian boxer coming out to, to Z cars or whatever. Obviously, you can't take it, but just something like that, a big event.
Yeah, that'd be sound. Get the wrestling there. I'm going to stick with my previous answer, which hilariously was football, please. Andy Castle have asked, after this week's joyous X exchange, which I still have no clue what this was about.
It was brilliant. Brilliant.
What's your favourite pie? What happened there? What's the context for this?
So
I was having a fight with a pie.
I don't know what the argument was about, but this account, which is like a pie account about favourite pies, I think it's a football team's like ends or something the ground. and it said it accused this Sun journalist of something. And the journalist wrote back saying, if you don't remove this, I'm going to basically take legal action. And someone replied saying, I cannot believe you're threatening to take legal action against the pie. And everyone just jumped on it. It was brilliant. It was so funny. So yeah, I think that, I mean, I don't know the full story. I only saw the screenshot of the person replying, which is incredible.
So that's an obvious mistake in kidney. Wow. Sorry. The best one that was awful. Sorry.
It was decent. I'll take that all day. So this fellow who was doubling down was a Sun journalist.
I think so. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Fucking go from there.
Yeah, exactly. And I think as it turned out, the tweet's still up there, and he had no leg to stand on. So I think like it's been sort of whatever. But yeah, really good. Chicken and mushroom.
Chicken and mushroom, exotic choice. Paul,
peppered steak.
Peppered steak.
You've never had a gin steak? Oh my god! Yeah, I know. Pure Waitrose, isn't it? Oh no.
Yeah, Jesus Christ! You spend 10 minutes on the oblong and suddenly you have the peppered steak. Ian,
mince and onion. Mince and onion.
Mince and onion. That's a classic Northeast choice for me. That mince and onion. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with steak and ale. Let's do that. It just touches my slight alcoholism nicely. Ed has asked, do you know what? Right, for this one as well, we're just gonna have just give us a date, right? Because it could descend into like an argument about like 12 days of Christmas and all that. John did say the answer to this question was the 13th, I think. 12 days of Christmas and all that. But Ed has asked, when is the official date that it's okay to put up Christmas decorations? Just have a date of everyone. Ian?
12th of December.
I think that's what John said, yeah. Warren?
Hate Christmas, so never.
Oh, wow.
You've actually out-Grinched Paul.
Hate Christmas.
I love Christmas. I genuinely do, and that's not just because I've got
worst time of year.
A white beard.
Put them up Christmas Eve, take them down Boxing Day.
I wouldn't even do that. Worst time of year.
Take them down Boxing Day.
No, I reckon Warren would put them up during dinner and take them down as soon as he's finished his dinner, not before anyone else has.
I wouldn't even do it. Hate
and
Christmas.
Go, and then walk out.
Paul, what date?
I think it's okay to put them up on the 1st. Honestly, on the 1st of December.
Yeah, I'm December 1st as well. Defo.
But no, these idiots put them in October.
I'll tell you what I do hate, Warren, is Halloween, because it's my birthday and it's been hijacked. So there you go.
Yeah. When would you take them down then? I'm fully on board with Boxing Day.
Boxing Day. If I had to put them up,
it stresses the shit out of me. It's like done.
Yeah.
I'm done with all this.
Well,
Christmas is done. Christmas Day is done.
Yeah. Boxing Day, get them down.
Yeah.
Decorations are up, I can still drink. And I'm off for 12 days. The 23rd of December, I'm off. And then the 5th of January, I go back. So
the 12 days of dogging. Let's have it.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
That sounds like an Inside Number 9 episode.
Go to see that on the 22nd, apparently.
Yeah, so am I.
Are you going?
I'm going with Tom.
It's right. It's a date. We're on. Lovely stuff. Right, last two questions. of food questions. Oh, yeah, here we go, Chris. One plate. Let's just build our perfect buffet meal here. One plate. What are you bringing to the mailbag buffet?
Scotch eggs.
Scotch eggs for Ian. Warren. We'll get a couple of choices. We'll go round twice.
We had at school yesterday, we had our 5th International Food Festival, and I think we had 38 countries represented. And the person next to me where I stood did Mexican pulled pork with salsa, spicy salsa sauce, and it was unreal. So I'm going for that.
Yes, I'm digging this buffet now. Paul?
I'm going to start with my end. If you haven't got cheese and crackers, I'm not going. So I'm going to bring all kinds of different cheeses, and I'll also bring the wines to go with them.
Will you bring the crackers though, or
no? I'm surely if I bring a wine and cheese anyway,
no.
Of course, Les, yes.
I will bring some vol au vents because I really weirdly like vol au vents. Obviously, some will have prawn. Got to eat them quickly. And then I'll have like some sort of mushroom concoction, maybe a chicken vol au vent. I just like the flaky pastry. It's nice. We'll do one more pass. Ian, anything else?
Sausage rolls.
Sausage roll. Yes. Solid. Warren?
Oh, yeah, sausage rolls.
More sausage rolls. Can't have too many.
All right. Yeah, no, all right. Buffy. Chips. Why not?
Paul?
Clearly, I am the classy eater of these, so I would make a honey and marmalade glazed gammon joint.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Jesus. Tell you what,
I love my food, honestly.
Steak pie. You're posh, you.
And I would come in my smoking jacket with a cigarette holder.
Are you doing the Paul? Are you doing the Waitrose Christmas advert this year?
Yeah, it's me.
The gammon joint.
Yeah. Or it would be me with a gammon joint and those two lads going, well, you know, it was Ken Wright and Machine. Oh my nose again, lad.
My final one for this is those little fancy Ponzi burgers. Just tiny.
The mini burgers. Yeah.
Bring it up. Ian, we're gonna finish on your question because it is an incredible.
It is
incredible question. This is the sort of question that Mailbag's all about. So,
yeah,
the floor is yours.
Hi guys, hope you're all well.
We're all good.
Well?
All good.
If you could only have one last packet of crisps, what would it be? And what flavour and what brand?
You want to give us yours first, mate?
I'm going for the classic Flame Grilled Steak McCoys.
Oh, Gary agrees. Steak McCoys. That's what he said too. Paul?
Over the last couple of weeks, right, there's a cafe open by work and they have Piper's crisps. You know, again, oh my God, those Longhorn beef crisps. Oh my God, they are the
big bags of £3.
Oh, right. So, any oblong dwellers? Paul, you'll know this gaff. The Manor in Greasby.
Of course, yes.
It's a posh gaff.
Yeah.
We went there a while ago. Ordered 2 drinks. Finished them. Got another 2 drinks and another pack and 2 packets of crisps. And it was £6 more. They charged £3 for a bag of crisps.
Just them little ones as well. The 46 gram bags.
The normal size bag of crisps, £3. So we sent them back. Wasn't having that. May have embarrassed ourselves in Greece because it thinks it's posh. Not really, but
Thatcher's Britain.
£3 for a bag of crisps. Fucking hell. Yeah, it is. Thatcher's Britain, definitely.
Incredible.
Warren?
Oh, sorry. Do you know what, Ian? This question has tormented me all day. So whenever the mailbag tweet goes out and you're involved, me notifications obviously with people asking questions and stuff.
Yeah.
And some of them I have a quick look at, and some of them like I think, oh, do you know what? I'll answer that at the time because you know I haven't got time to think about it. I'm doing something or whatever. When I saw your question, there was a point today where I was actually arguing with myself about Walker's Worcester sauce, pickled onion Munster Munch, rib and spicy knickknacks,
Wow.
salt and vinegar Pringles.
They're banned,
and the-
players,
and-
remember? No Pringles allowed, you said?
Oh, yeah, no Pringles.
Yeah.
Sorry. No Pringles or maize-based
No
snacks.
Pringles don't count. All right, okay, all right. And then do you like some of the posh ones like kettle chips and things like that? I've been having this argument all day, and I even like as well. Do you know the spicy red hot, the ones that the Ridge ones, crisp? I forgot what the Walkers bring them out.
Walkers Max.
Yeah, Walkers Max.
Yeah,
them I was even thinking of, and I've been debating with myself all day, and I've finally settled on Walkers Worcester sauce.
That's a shout. A very,
Well,
very underrated crisp.
Coming a close
Love
second
Worcester
for me.
sauce.
Coming a close second for me is what I take with us to the game when I make my sandwiches in the morning. Is salt and shake.
Well,
Salt and shake.
just quickly on that. So Chris said, heard you mention it the other week, Ian, and since then he's reverted back to salt and shake. But talk to him about the clear packet though. The blue one was much easier to locate. Have they got a clear packet of salt?
Yeah, clear packet of salt now. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I didn't know they still did them.
That's. I mean, we've gone from Thatcher's Britain to utter woke nonsense there.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Within 30 seconds.
I'll go.
Sorry.
I'll go to
No,
and get me stuff for my sandwiches. I'll get some mini cheddars and some salt and shake crisps and a sausage roll to take on the game with us tomorrow.
No,
do you know what?
You do match day right, honestly.
I did have the other week my first bag of Tato's, prawn cocktail Tato's, and they were out.
I'm not a prawn cocktail fan, but I've had the
unbelievable.
Yeah,
I've never had Tato's before, and do you know what? I was really concerned that I'd eat them and wouldn't. I think they were overrated or overhyped, and I was pleased that I was wrong because they were outstanding.
Crisps, unbelievable. Do you ever remember the authentic Phileas Fogg tortilla chips?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I remember kids of the 80s remember hedgehog flavour crisps.
Yeah,
I do. I do remember them.
Can any of us remember?
We'll finish up on this then. As I said, Gary said steak McCoy's. Denby said Seabrook pickled onion.
Seabrook I
am going to have to agree with Dave, who said a simple Walker's cheese and onion, especially on some white, not Warburtons, we'll go Hovers, some like filthy white Hovers bread.
You can't beat the crisp sandwich like.
You cannot.
Crisp butties are the one.
Yeah.
Can I also just add the wheels, the sour cream and chive wheels? Do you remember them in the?
They don't sound potatoey. I don't think they can.
Oh no,
they were. They're the ones you used to get from like Home and Bargain and places like that. I know which ones you mean. Yeah,
Marks and Spencer's actually.
Oh, for God's sake!
I'm only joking, Warren.
I'm not quite sure about this Flash Paul argument, but there we go. That has been it for this week's mailbag. An absolute belter once again. Cheers, lads. Thanks to Warren. Thanks to Ian. Thanks to Paul. Thanks to everyone who sent questions in. Some absolute worldies this week. That has been mailbag. We will be back next week with another one with some more insane questions at the top of these.